Hi everyone, welcome to this episode on learning with shapes. Before we start, I just want to talk about my new book which I've written with Lucimeta. It's called Teaching with iPad. That's the series name, and this one is Keynote Practical Pedagogy. As I said, Lucimeta, excellent educator, fantastic consultant, helped me out with this book with 10 top strategies for Keynote, which are just here. It's on the Apple bookstore. Please download it, have a look through. Today we're going to be looking at learning with shapes. Keynote's very good for inserting shapes and drawing around them. So this exercise really would be more beneficial to students if they had an Apple Pencil. So learning visuals like icons, diagrams, and images helps students retain information. And we can do that quite easily in Keynote to represent concepts such as themes in English. This is a great example from Of Mice and Men. This all links to dual coding. It's a cognitive psychological approach, which means students learning through a combination of visual and verbal information. So mind mapping, sketchnoting, anything like that helps them learn. And also adding in audio, which is an advantage of Keynote as well, also consolidates their understanding and helps them retain information essentially. This is what a finished version looks like. This is Of Mice and Men, the themes in Of Mice and Men from the text in English. We've got symbols to represent certain themes as well as the annotated words as well, and a bit of a map around it too. What you want to start with though is the title in the middle. Just simply type it out using the text function. You can use a shape as well to represent the main idea, the main concept. When you've got your canvas and you've got your title and the topic, you want to tap Insert, so the plus icon, go to Shapes, pick a relevant shape, or you can search for one, like a heart, for example. Pop it in wherever you want it. Students can then drag the size, and the best thing to do to help students draw around the shape is then to go to Format, which is the paintbrush icon, reduce the opacity so it's easier to see the lines if it's a more complex image, for example. Tap on the screen, and students can choose a color and a texture and simply draw around the image like this. Using the tools at the bottom, you can choose different types of pencil, pen, crayon, and fill color, which is what I've done here. Just select that and a color and tap in the middle, and it selects inside the image and fills it. Now, what you want students to do is just briefly dot point some ideas on the canvas next to each of the shapes, and also have some word that links with the image as well. So this, for example, is friendship. And it'd be a great revision tool to use once it's completed. Once students have finished their mind mapping, you can ask them to add in audio by tapping the plus, articulate a recording of their understanding of the different elements of the themes or whatever you guys are studying. So when students have done, just get them to tap on the three dots at the top like there, tap on export, and then movie, and it'll save that into their camera roll. Just as a side note, if you want students to insert images, you can also do that, and they can make some kind of visual mind map or information infographic or whatever you want them to do by inserting a picture and reducing the format in the same way as a shape. So it's easier to draw around. They'll just tap the Apple Pencil on the screen, choose the correct tool. In this case, it probably will be a pencil. Choose the correct color, and students can simply draw around and trace an image. And it actually looks quite professional once you remove the actual image afterwards. Now, I don't have time to draw around all of it, but you get the idea. Once it's done, students can then just delete the original image, and they're left with a sketch